Good morning, everybody. Today, we're going to do a hot rod mod on the swing fender. Hello, good morning. We are going to see about getting these fenders off today, and the hood and the front end and all that good stuff. So I pulled the wire harness off the fenders while I was in here draining antifreeze last night for a little while. So you can see, came through right here. It went down up the radiator, over the shroud. You can see the clamps. So we got that out of here. I popped apart the bracket to keep it from swinging all the way open. So what we're gonna do is we are going to, I thought about pulling this front clip all as one, but my engine hoist is buried. It seems kind of sketchy to do it with the tractor, and it's gonna have to come apart anyway. So we're gonna take the fenders, and then we'll take the core off, and then we'll get the hood out of here, and then we'll continue stripping the firewall, and we got some other bolt-on accessories on the cab that are gonna go right away. It's all gotta come off, so we might as well get it off. So yeah, that's where we're at this morning. You know, one of these cool, well, I don't know about cool, but things you don't think about on something that's set up like this. So I was just taking the wire harness off. You know, it came through here, ran up through this clamp, over to this clamp. So that's where there was a little extra for the hinge that runs down right here. And so they actually had a short wire in the harness that was just essentially to ground the swinging part of the fender to the core support. So I had to back those out. I couldn't just open up the clamps and pop them off. I'd unscrew them, take the eyes off, and do it. And they'd bolt fenders, which I mean makes sense, right? Because otherwise your lights will be doing funny stuff if you don't have them properly grounded. But just one of those things, and the main reason I'm mentioning it is here is so I can look back at this as a reference when my lights aren't working on my fender and I'm trying to figure out why. So that, you know, I mean, it's cool information for you guys, but it's also documentation for me. So both sides had that grounded at the clamps, because the hinge, probably not a good conductor, nor can't guarantee full contact all the time. So yeah, but this is the better of the two fenders. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna strip all the lights off, the buckets, we'll box that stuff up nice, so that we are in good shape to get ready to pull. Now, the one thing we're gonna have to do is either grind or drill the screw heads off for the core here, because these two fenders are connected by the grill, and the bolts are not budging. I broke off a couple of these are stripped out already, not for me. One or two are stripped out from me, and then I broke off my bit trying to get the other ones to back out. So yeah, we got to do something about that. That's not going to be a fun part. But the good news is, well, this grill is not going back in. We're going to do something a little more creative. But this will look really nice on my wall of grills. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's time lapse and start peeling stuff apart. we got our fenders are off. For some odd reason, the driver's side one was way heavier than the passenger side one. That kind of put a little hitch in my back, but they're down, they're on the ground. As you can see, they both have a little bit of cancer here. Passenger side one is worse. Good news is that's all just flat sheet metal, so that shouldn't be too bad to replace. The driver's side one is definitely worse on the top there, and then we got that guy to fix. But they're apart, so you can really see the hinge up close here now. Pretty ingenious design, I must say. I obviously put all the bolts back in just so that I don't lose them. And then I popped the two end brackets here free from the cab, these threaded rod supports. So next we'll have to take these top ones off. So I'll get a good shot of that, so when I'm trying to put it back together, I can figure out how it goes. And then we talked about it earlier, but this little bag here, that's actually the windshield washer fluid, and there's a foot pump in the cab that pumps it up and washes your windshield. We're probably gonna go with something electric if we go with something at all. But really cool, period correct deal. So we'll hang on to it. Just not sure what we're gonna do. And the other neat thing here is I took the one off the fender, but because originally the battery cable here used to sit on the driver fender. So they had the spring here to protect it against the hinge, and then they actually had these formed pieces. One here curved this way on this fender, and then there was one here curved this way on the fender and on the core support, so that the battery cable didn't get kinked or rubbed through or anything like that. Pretty neat. Our batteries are going to be relocated under the steps when we're done, not on the fenders, but definitely different. So not something you see every day, and that way then when I'm wondering what these goofy little plates are for, we have video documentation, right? So we'll see if my back lets me take the hood off. We disconnected the wires off camera for the horns and whatnot. That's probably heavier than it looks also. And then yeah, I think I've got the coolant drained out of it. So we'll see what kind of mess we can make with that. We're back at it. It's a different weekend. It's pulling that last fender off. In the last time lapse, I hurt my back, so it kind of put damper on things. And then last weekend was a holiday weekend, and I went on a crusade to get all my projects done that have items in the shed here and are taking up space, to make more space in the shed to further expand these projects. So we'll get back at getting the front end off of this, off of the swing fender here, and get after it. True hot rod, no fenders, exposed radiator. See the big old power plant in there. Quite a look. Boy, that hood is probably about as heavy as a full-size pickup truck hood. Real steel right there. Got the bumper off, so we'll work on getting this core support radiator out of here, and we should be in pretty good shape. Next then, I'll have to start stripping all the stuff off the cab to get ready to pull the cab. Get this chassis out of here. Looks like we got the full hot rod mod on the front end here. Nice little supply of parts that I gotta finish a few more projects and clean some space on the shelf for, but we're doing really good other than I missed one ground. I got hung up when I was pulling the radiator off, but it's all off. We're still walking, so we're in good shape to organize some parts here and load her up. But until next time, smoke them if you got them.